So as we build up our stock portfolio, we're investing to meet your goals, your investment criteria. But part of our strategy over the time horizon of your life and your investment life is to build up the passive income from dividends as well. So we've got multiple strategies going on at all times. This is just the fact of life. And that's why I'm saying you need your investment professional. You know, the concept of, hey, I could just do it myself. Eh, you could actually build a house yourself. I think I could do it. If it was just me and all the materials laid out and then I got nothing but time, I think I could build a house. But, I'm not too confident of the results though. And this is the same as you taking on your financial planning and investing by yourself, for yourself, especially for your legacy. You're going to fail at that one if you're not, investment professional. I just don't have much confidence there for you. All right, and so I said passive income strategy. We need real estate. We need dividend income, but we also want to. One of the tools is that we could also use is P&I payments that you are receiving. So similar to you pay P&I in on your mortgage. When you're paying your mortgage, well, essentially we want people paying us a mortgage as well. So this is easier than ever now. Peer-to-peer lending platforms, crowdfund platforms allow us to directly participate in loans now. So, meaning it could be 1,000 of us, it could be 10 of us. We could be the group of people who provide the loan to a person to buy a house. And in fact, the person who is receiving the loan for that house is probably has no idea that this investment group or this crowd fund or this peer-to-peer lending platform is where the money came from. To the person who is purchasing the real estate, they just going about their business trying to make their success by acquiring this property. The back end is where, through technology is where all this occurs. So I'm telling you that you have the ability to receive P&I payments as well. So another thing is to stay aggressive. This is back to that life cycle phase, investment life cycle phase of accumulation, preservation, and distribution, which also aligns with aggressive, moderate, conservative. And what I'm saying is a conservative is a recipe for failure, an easy way to miss out on all the successes that occur in the stock market, the gigantic leaps that the stock market makes from time to time. And you just won't be participating in that. You won't benefit if you are on the conservative side. So what I'm saying is you could just stay aggressive. If we are on that long range plan, a legacy investment phase, our phase is legacy. So that changes everything then. So if I'm doing that, then I don't have to, I'm not tied to that life cycle phase. So, and my argument is if that's the case, then you're actually better off because, and again, you have to be working with your investment professional to do this because there is some portion that has to be conservative. It has to be because you're about to spend that money. You've reached 70 and a half. You're going to, at 70 and a half, you don't even have a choice in the matter. You have to start taking mandatory distributions from your accounts. So from your retirement accounts specifically. So there are what's called mandatory required distributions. That comes at 70 and a half. So that portion, so as we have it, what I'm saying is that only needs every year, that just needs to be a little piece that you're going to be living off. So if you needed to live off of 50,000 this year, then we're just going to segregate 50,000 into a ultra conservative portfolio, and you're going to live off of that, and we're going to deplete that by the end of the year. But the other $500,000 is at work, and we putting in work with this money, with these assets. We are positioning them to take advantage of volatility and not hide from it. We want monies that we have set aside to specifically take advantage of volatility. So when we see dips, when we see, the next president like Donald Trump, we get a new Donald Trump who just does stupid things, says stupid words that just makes the stock market tank on a particular day. Well, we gonna have a portion of your assets that are liquid so that we can take advantage of opportunities like that. And this is only possible through financial planning. You have to set this up. You have to plan for this, right? And so I want to touch on this thing of you are behind the eight ball now. You waited this long. So, no fault of your own. Life occurred. Life happens. And you are now becoming aware of where you sit financially and where you need to be at some point. Well, you have now realized I'm going to have to do the heavy lifting that's required to achieve my goal. So that is where the frustrations and in that question comes. The embarrassment, the frustration, and the shame. That's where that comes from. So, but I want you to realize that the heavy lifting is actually not even heavy lifting. In fact, I'm the one going to do all the heavy lifting, and that's come up with the strategy. You're just going to live your normal life. You're just going to wake up and live life, go to bed, wake up, live life, go to bed, wake up, live. And so during that regular life, we are paying yourself first, and we are putting that payment into your account. And when those assets in your account, we're going to utilize them to the best of our ability to achieve your goal. And with some of those strategies of leapfrogging and then taking advantage of the successes that you have made, that's how we're doing the heavy lifting. So in that, I want you to understand this simple thing. This is very important for you to get. Heavy lifting is equal to you filling out paperwork and me coming up with the strategy. When I say me, I'm whoever your investment professional that you work with, whoever your advisor, the person assigned to your 401k account, whoever it is, you guys are doing the heavy lifting together. But the paperwork is where the heavy lifting is. So think about this. When I listen to the gurus who are these real estate folks, and they got these great strategies, and I love it. I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense to me. I'm like, oh, I'm always adding on to their strategy. I'm like, oh, but you didn't know your strategy could be improved by doing this right here. I wish you knew that, because I'm going to take what you just said and I'm going to use this method to achieve to this subsection of what the strategies they have. So I love listening to these real estate folks. But what it is, the thing that discourages most people and prevents most people from taking action is the enormity of the process and the amount of work that's going to have to go into it. But I'm breaking it down to you. I want you to realize that what you're saying to yourself when you give up is that, hey, filling out papers is too hard for my grandkids and their grandkids. So I don't want them to be wealthy. I don't want my blood, my genes, and the DNA inside me that will live beyond my life. I don't care about it. So what? Paperwork right now is such a barrier to all of that greatness that I'm just not going to do it. That is so heavy for me to lift. Paperwork? You letting some paperwork? Understand that finance and investing is strategy and paperwork. And even when it comes to the money is paper, right? You received direct deposit into your bank, and based at the nuts and bolts of what I'm saying to you is you receive direct deposit from your employer into your bank account. What I'm saying is that you and me need to strategize, and then there's paperwork that you're going to be presented with. And you're going to have to fill that paperwork out and sign your name on it. And you're going to have to, after that, you're going to have to keep working with your team of investment professionals in their various disciplines. And you're going to have to listen to the information they tell you. And you're going to have to take the actions that they told you to take. And all that's just involving paperwork. So you didn't have to lift 400 pounds. You had to lift paper. And I'm going to point out, I probably got this on my phone. I'm going to prove it to you right now. And while I'm saying it's paperwork, it's actually not even paperwork. It's actually not even, it's so simple now that it's not even paperwork. I just signed some documents before I started talking to you. And I just want to open it up so you can see. So when I'm saying paperwork, it's now so simple, you don't even have paperwork. I just kept hitting this button to sign. And it's just like fake signing. It's like fun to do. Here it is right here. So he sent me this. This is DocuSign. Damn, I guess you can't see that, right? So this is DocuSign that I just had to sign, which is paperwork. This is a property right here. That's gonna make me some money every month since I signed that right there. Every month I'm gonna be receiving $1,000. Understand that? You sitting here talking about I ain't got no money. First of all, I ain't gave them nothing for this property. I ain't gave them nothing yet. I haven't given them nothing. I only got to give them about $15,000. And there's still some more negotiation because I'm trying to dig in the seller's pocket some more. And that also goes to the financial literacy aspect because I know I have the ability to see some of the things and some of the circumstances. And so I see the circumstances that the seller is in that dictate the sales price of this property, and understand that the longer a property is on the market, the worse, right? and understand that it's not just me, it's every investor is going to have the same concerns and want the same, is going to want, maybe want even more. I'm saying I want 35,000. I want you to cut 35,000 off this price. As a matter of fact, they already cut like 20,000 off of it. And then when the inspection report came, I said, okay, I need 35 G's. I want it in a credit, right? So I'm expecting them to say, maybe 15 or 20. And then I'm going to do the analysis to see, okay, that might affect me making a G. Or maybe I'm only going to make 500 or 800. So what does that mean? The heavy lifting, right? So that means that paperwork, and I said paperwork, but I ain't filled out no paper. I ain't had to sit there and look over no paper. On my phone, this DocuSign, I clicked. I just went click, 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 and I'm gonna get a G every month, or $800 every month, or $500 every month. So understand that you need a strategy to achieve this. And I'm not magic, and I'm not the best, the greatest, the most wealthiest, and all of that. I'm trying to put the strategy for my situation, right? So I might, other clients, I'm like, oh, I'm like a kid in the candy store, because their situation is better than mine. So they could use more tools than I can use. So, that's back to what I said. You have to start where you are. Start now, start where you are. And you are where you are currently at, where your parents put you. So they put you on a path, your parents or whoever gave you your start in this world. They put you on a path mentally and possibly monetarily as well. And where you take it from there is going to dictate your success or your failure. But the concept of living in this your own time horizon is a concept that, in my opinion, puts you at more risk to volatility. But your whole investment strategy is opened up when you break that chain and understand you're going to go on the straight road. I'm investing now, and I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to teach, I'm going to pass the baton behind me, and I've trained them to keep running. And when they die, pass the baton, and their kids going to keep running. And when they die, they pass the baton. And everyone along the way is building it more. You have a job to do, and that's add to the pot. I'm assigning my son with duties, and those duties are increase our wealth, pass on more to yours than I passed on to you, because I was starting from a deficit. My son should be starting from, matter of fact, he's already passed. He got more money. My 7-year-old son has more money than I ever had in my life up to the age of 26 or 28, somewhere around there. I never had as much money in my life as my 7-year-old son has right now. Until I was around 26 or 28, one of those areas. And and that wasn't even from investment. That was from some other entrepreneurial stuff that I used to do. So investing, so breaking that chain, that circle, that limited time horizon. What I'm saying, you need to be investing on an infinite time horizon. There's no begin. There's no end. The landlord will cut off your heat again if you don't. That's from a rap. I just came to mind. Sorry about that. So, but literally, if you don't get on that path. That's how the landlord is cutting off your heat, because you always perpetually broke. And you literally are leaving those behind you with nothing. When you do that, man, that's to me, that's cruel and unusual punishment to your kid, man. You know, it is. That's how I look at it. All right, short list. What's my note here? On short list, you got to be more weighted towards stock and less towards bonds. And that is embedded in my first thing, saying stay aggressive. This is the short list of what you need to do for your infinite investing time horizon versus your life cycle phase of investing, right? We're not going to go to these life cycle phase anymore. We're going on the infinite time horizon. And I would say, this actually is an answer to our original question, or if you are behind the eight ball, you started so late and you shame and all of this stuff, then you need to just be more weighted towards stocks, less towards bonds. You're going to have to be aggressive, less on the conservative, and don't buy high and sell low. So that's embedded in your investor behavior. The way to resolve that is to increase your financial literacy. There's no other way. Your investor behavior will continuously force you to make bad decisions until you improve your financial literacy. Get involved in direct participation and lending somehow. And the tools for that are peer-to-peer loans and crowdfund platforms. You're going to have to engage in some fix and flipping, and you're going to have to build some rental income. Now, those methods are what I'm proposing that will help you catch up, will help you leapfrog and get back on a path that will make your investment life easier. Because as you get older, you're going to be able to do less of that. Now, remember, at retirement, 70 and a half, I said you're going to have to start making mandatory required distributions. You're going to have to start taking money out. Well, if you spend this time now devising, building your team, devising your strategies and your methods, then you can spend the rest of your time up to retirement, getting used to your methods, getting your systems and your processes down, and becoming an expert at your stuff, not a finance expert knowing every damn thing. No, expert at your strategies. And you can continue to do this in retirement. So again, investing on an infinite time horizon. Understand, there is no retirement. You could have a life of leisure kickback time. This is what you want to call retirement. But my concept, no, it ain't no retirement, man. You're going to have to be making this all the time. So let me ask you this. What you going to be doing in retirement? You going to sit down, watching TV, go play golf, go play checkers with somebody or something, right? Well, you still got plenty of time to do research, find properties, fix and flips. Add to your portfolio of rental properties. Continue, and the monies that you're making from that are continue to be invested inside your accounts. So the ball don't stop going because you reach a certain age, you still need money. You still on that life cycle phase thought. Accumulate, protect, distribute. No, I'm saying accumulate. Period. Because we're on an infinite time horizon for our investments. Because our investments have a goal that is infinite. It don't stop. That's really all I'm trying to point out to you. I've said enough. on it. You know, there is no conclusion. The conclusion is start now. You are not a loser. You are not a failure. It is not too late for you. Start today. Today, do the research. Pick up your phone. Find who is your investment professional that you're going to interview tomorrow. You're going to call 3 investment professionals. Start with your 401k, the advisor assigned to your 401k. Start there. And then, add me in as one of those 3. Send me an email. Tell me what your concern is. And then pick another one. It's nothing that says you need only one financial advisor on your team. And let me let you in on a secret. The millionaires out there, they got 2 and 3. And those 2 and 3 don't necessarily know each other, don't communicate with each other, because they are diversifying they want a diversity of opinions as well. So, hey, believe it or not, holla at me.